Good evening, everybody, and welcome along to URC Tier 2 on the Xbox platform. We are here at the halfway point of the season, actually, here in Germany. I am Jess. Unfortunately, Callum cannot make it this week, so I'm on my own this week. And this weather is kind of replicating what kind of went on at the real-life German Grand Prix, which was absolutely crazy. And it was one of the best races of the season, if not the hybrid era, to be honest. So if you haven't seen it, I recommend you watch it. I'm currently riding on board with Prix, who's in Prix Sports at the moment. Well, who used to be a team anyway, but they're still in a team for URC anyway. So in the race it was raining, wet weather, but it wasn't in qualifying. So I wonder if it's going to be wet for the race as well. So it marks the second event in URC in a row where it's raining in qualifying. So Prix is just going through the tricky to 11 and 12 and then going into 14, 15 and then all the way into 16 and 17 going towards the final corner. He's going to be the first person to set a lap time. I think we might see a lot of invalidations, but he hasn't invalidated. A 1:26.7. Now will we see, like we saw last week, will we see the track start to improve a little bit? I wonder. It'll be very, very intriguing, but we'll have to wait and see. And there's just an app that appeared on my phone. But anyway, so and then LTR Ben has just gone fastest by 6/10. Everyone's pretty much on the lap. Now, one advantage of being on the wet tyres is you get free choice of tyres throughout the race. So they do not have to worry, unless it dries up, of course, on when they start. Now, if it dries up, it might go on to the inters, but it's looking highly unlikely. But hopefully, I will get a weather report from the drivers pretty soon as well. So, Scuderia is currently on the lap as well. We've got Kaja, who done quite well last week, 1:24.3. So, I'll just give you a quick rundown of the standings. Our Team ERL is leading by 2 points right now, and that is to Sync. So Sync and ERL quite close in the championship already. Sync is looking to close the gap. Representing Sync this week is Scuderia 16 and Tom. Tom's currently P2, and Scuderia is coming towards the final corner now. Can he get past his teammate? A little bit of a swerve there from him, but 1:26.2 from the other Sync driver. So who do we have for each team? So I think we have obviously there. And for ERL we have Dopt Vader and Viper. In the tour also for TSR we have Freak Show and Bastek. I do believe they were here last week as well. Well, 2 weeks ago when the last week was it. And they did quite well as well. So that is team. And with 183 Esports, we got a maze. I think it's just a maze for them this week. I might be wrong. No, actually, no. Oh, my controller decides to have a little bit of a moment there. I don't know why. I'm probably going to have a lot of problems with my controller today, so I do apologise. But anyway, so, who was in the other Esports car? It is, Frobo Jobo in the other 183 Esports car. Shazoo, we have Clone Troop and Chris Macker-Jones in Shazoo tonight. And Livid Racing, do we have anyone from Livid Racing here today? Let me just check. Is anyone in the Haas? I don't see anyone in the Haas today. So I don't think they're here. Currently, Amaze is currently on pole now. Amaze is good at setting good lap times pretty much early on. So watch out for him, and knowing him, knowing me, my predictions will go completely out the window. So, yeah. And have I missed anyone out? We've got 5, which is Prix. LCR Boys, LCR Ben, and LCR Fredster. And PFL Boys is Kaja. So, yeah. That is what we have representing. And we have a Ferrari that's just died. Who is it? It is Clone Troop that's just spun. Not quite where Sebastian Vettel did spin, but there we go. I am going to read the chat, but it is taking a while to load up. So I will get the chat up, don't worry. And so there we go. I've got the chat up. There we go. So I should be able to read the chat from then on now, guys. So Hockenheim date all the way back into 1932, which is quite historical, really. The 77th F1 World Championship race in Germany, and it is more than any other country. And there was an original track before this, and then it was in 2002 where it was rebuilt to the track that it is today. So I think a few people are deciding to stay out for the moment because obviously it's wet and they don't have to worry about pushing their tyres too much if it's a dry race. So yeah, I will be looking at that. So let me just check if there is a weather report. I don't have one just yet, so it's going to be a nice surprise. I'll get the chat back up. I've got the chat up on my phone, that's probably why. So, tyres that we could expect people to go on today. Now, since obviously they have free choice of tyres, we could see a lot of people do soft to medium today. It's not that much for track for tyre wear, but some people actually do struggle on the soft tyres around this track, but we'll have to wait and see anyway. There's 123.5 amazing improves too, as we seen earlier on. Now let me just get the telemetry up. There we go. And as you can see, I don't need to get the tyres up because they're on full wets, as we probably guessed right now. So everyone is diving into the pits, as I'm not really that surprised. Who else could be on? Pickless is going into the pits as well. Yes, they are. And my controller has just died again. There we go. Hopefully it won't die, because otherwise I'm going to be so annoyed. So I have to keep the controller in a weird place. So Frobo Joe is going into the pits. I think Tom's going to stay actually. Yeah, Tom could be out on the lap. Now one advantage about him is, if he goes on a lap now, he could get some clear air in front of him. So he just passed turn 6. Now turn 6 is where we can see a lot of people overtaking tonight. It is the hairpin, and that's where we saw a lot of overtakes in real life Grand Prix on Sunday. No, I don't think he's on a lap, no, because he's running out of fuel. So I think he's just going to go on an in-lap right now. So yeah, so let's just go through the standings. Apart from, obviously, I mentioned DRL Black, and then we got Sync in P2. TPFL is third in the standings at the moment, and then we got TSR in fourth in the standings. 183 Esports in fifth. They got one win. TSR got one win as well, and the only other people to win is PFL, Sync, and Black. Sync won last week with Tom with a very good win actually, and yes, he stayed out, and I think he improved on his time for a little bit there. So as a lot of people are starting to go out for their final few laps, in the wet conditions it's quite tricky because they'll probably have to go out a bit earlier than what they do in the dry. To be honest, I don't think there is any sign of the conditions improving, I'm afraid. Unless, because I don't see any dry line at all for these guys, so they just got to make the most of it, really. They've got to make the most of it, make the best they can. It's not the first wet qualifying, so they are used to the wet conditions already. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Now, Viper is probably going on a lap as well. Quite a lot of people on laps. The question is, when will be the right time to do it? Now, Viper, I believe, is he going on a flyer, or is he's going on a flyer actually? And he improves to a 123. That puts him in 5th. So the times separated by the top 8, 9 tenths, and then there's about 4 tenths separating 9th and 10th. And then 5 temps separated 10th and 11th, and then the rest of it is about 2 seconds downwards. Blazer Guns, another person that I forgot to mention. Who is Blazer Guns representing? I don't know. I will need to double check actually who Blazer Guns is representing. Oh, it's Livid Racing. It is Livid Racing he is representing. There we go. I got there eventually. Actually, is it Livid Racing? Yeah, it is. So yeah, Blazer Gun in the Haas. So that's the other person in the Haas. So 4 minutes and 46 seconds left to go of qualifying. And interestingly for the ERL boys, they're giving themselves a little bit of a tow, and that's what I found commentating on these kind of esports team tournaments. We kind of see some of these guys try to help each other get the best time possible, and teammates trying to help each other out, and that's what I've noticed the ERL boys do this season, and that is why they're at the top of the table. But can we see the likes of Sync try and improve? We'll have to wait and see as the session goes on how that goes. Now Sync is in the pits. Bastek is currently on just going on a lap, I think, as well. Now, as far as the URS is concerned in the wet around here, they are not going to be using that many, as far as I'm aware. They can, it doesn't use that much in the wet anyway, so they will rely on Slipstream, and also don't forget, there is no DRS in the wet conditions, so it's going to be a lot harder to try and get the time on the straights. And obviously, if you're new to F1 2019 and F1 League Racing in general, it is equal cards. So if you see a Williams on top, that is why. It is nice to see a Williams on top, because they're never going to be on top in real life or in the near future. So it is great to see that. So let's go through the standings in qualifying. So we've got Amazed on pole position, Tom in second, Dr. Vader in third. We've got Kaja, I can't even pronounce his name, he's in fourth, Viper fifth, Bastek sixth. Fredstar, I believe, is going to go on a lap soon as well. He's going to pass turn 4 and then going to the long straight of turn 5. And TSR Freak Show, he's gone on fastest with a 1:20. I couldn't read that. 1:23.2. So that is pretty good. Can Amaze beat that? They've got a few more. I think they've got one more lap to do it, because obviously they are slower in the wet. And Fredster in the LCR car looking to do very well as well in the Alfa Romeo. I felt gutted for the Alfa Romeo that they got disqualified. Well, they got a 30-second time penalty. To be honest, in my opinion, for no fault of their own, but that's my opinion anyway, and we're not going to say any more because I might cause some arguments. So, Fredster going towards a very tricky right-hand chicane. What's he going to do here as he goes towards the final corner? There's a few flags cheering in the grandstand. Can he improve on his time? 1:43.7. That puts him in 6th place right now. Now, let's see if Amaze can beat Freak Show. He's a temp down at the moment on sector 1, so no. I'm just seeing if anyone else can improve. I think it could be that Amaze is giving his teammate a tow. That's probably why. And then I think his teammate will probably do the opposite pretty soon as well. Scuderia is going to come across the line as well. We're going to see what happens here when he crosses the line anyway. He comes across the line in 9th. And he improves by 2 temps. That might have been an invalidated lap though. So keep an eye on that. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2. Who is that? That's probably not telling me. It's just probably someone slowing down. Now, Kaja comes in P2 at the moment, so he's improved. Amaze has got a rev glitch. And he's going to go on his final lap. He really needs to improve now. And the advantage is he saves his ERS, so he can use up all the ERS possible. Fredster and Scuderia had decided they had enough and they're retiring the session. They think that they're pretty much happy with their lap times. Kaja too, also happy with his lap time. We're going to see as well how, as I don't think Dr. Vader, I think Dr. Vader might be giving his teammates her, or he might be running out of fuel. I think he's running out of fuel. So, and I think so the Red Bull as well. So I think the Red Bull will have to retire as well. Clone Troop has as well. I don't know how these guys manage the wet conditions, because on this game I find it very tricky. So props to these drivers for managing it well. So Freak Show comes across the line. He can't improve, but he stays par anyway for the moment. What about Viper? Viper's just gone past turn 11 and going into turn 12. This is the Favours corner where Sebastian Vettel bottled it last season. But I'm very glad that he got a P2 in his home race. He started last in the real life race, finished P2. I was so happy for him. I was cheering for him. And the Maze beats Freak Show to the line with a 1:23.0. Viper goes into the pits. He cannot improve. Is anyone else out on a lap? No, they are not. So Amazed is on pole position. Freak Show in second. Now I'm not really that surprised TSR's in P2. They've put in a lot of practice, a lot of effort I've seen for this race. So they could be the dark horses. So, and again, I don't know what the weather is. So the weather is going to be a surprise. So we'll get the results up for you shortly. So we got Amazed on pole by 1/10 of a second for 183 Esports. And we got, for TSR, we've got Freak Show in P2. For PFL, we got Kaj in P3. I'm going to say him like that, and I don't care if I say it wrong. For Sync, we have Tom in P4. The two ERL boys are 5th and 6th. LCR, Fredster in 7th. We've got TSR Bastic in 8th. 6th Scuderia in 9th. We've got Clone Troop for Team Shazoo in 10th. Frobo Jobo in 11th for 183 Esports. Chris Macker-Jones for Shazoo in P12. Ben in for LCR in 13th. Pickless for Thrive in 14th. LR Blazer Guns for Livid in last place. I can almost guarantee you it was probably going to be dry, because otherwise the Twitter chat would be complaining, and I don't see any. Oh my god! This is like the real life Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen. It is wet, but it looks like to be into conditions. I've never seen a race in a while on this game where it's been wet for quali and wet for race. So ignore what I said earlier about the softs, mediums and hards, because it could come out of the window, but we could see a wet to dry race, so anything can happen. I'm looking forward to this. Now, I wonder, has there been a wet race on F1 2019 on URC? I don't think it has been. So this is going to be very tricky for the drivers to get used to when they're going to go to pit. I do believe they don't have to pit if they want to stay on one tyre, but it's going to be very tricky otherwise as well. The new patch for Xbox came out recently, so the tyre strategy that I can think of in the wet can become completely out the window. So we are going to see what tyres they're on. I do believe they will be on the Inters. Yes, I was right. So get your predictions in the chat. Do you think it's going to be a wet to dry race, or is it going to be a wet to full wet? I don't know. And I prefer to leave it a surprise, to be honest, because it makes it a lot more interesting. So we just joined us. Hello and welcome to URC Tier 2. And a few of the guys in the chat only just realised that it is a wet race, so in the Twitter. Usually when I race, I check the weather forecast beforehand, because I always like to know and do runs based on that. So, yeah. So at least them being on the wet tyres in qualifying, they won't be using it unless it gets really heavy. So we'll see. So Amaze is on pole. Can he get a good start off the line? Now Amaze didn't have a really good race last week. And I think it was probably my fault because I think me and Callum in the stream last week, we said a few nice things about him and we kind of gave him commentator's curse. So not going to say anything more because otherwise I will probably give him commentator's curse. So yeah, not going to say anything more. So, and Freak Show, he's known going for making good starts as well. So can he get a good start? We shall have to find out. So all the drivers are about to go and form their grid positions as Libby will be the last person to, or the last team to take their grid spot. Don't forget at 7-ish, well, could be 7:15 now, I think. URC Tier 1 will be on, so you'll have 2 tiers to enjoy. And there's also a race next week as well, because obviously the real-life Hungarian Grand Prix is this Sunday, so you have the joy of having 2 URC weeks in a row. So, we're about to get underway. The 5 red lights are about to come on. We're about to rev them up. Amaze on the right-hand side, Freak Show on the left, and we are underway, and it's lights out, and away we go. And looks like Amaze is going to be under pressure from Freak Show going into turn 1. Freak Show going to get the outside line and see if he can challenge turn 1 as well. Tom making a benefit of the start as well, as everyone else made it into turn 1. Oh, looks like they made it clean so far, but turn 3 and 4 is going to be very tricky. It looks like they are okay so far, which is quite surprising, to be honest. Freak Show's kind of dropped it a little bit, so I'll probably commentate his cursed him as well. Tom is going to try and make a run into turn 6 around the outside. Can he quite do it? Amaze almost gets a switchback, and Amaze, I think, just holds on. Freak Show also trying to fight back as well in the Red Bull. So, you know, and also Kaja's dropped quite a bit as well. All we do see, I think we see some battles happening in the midfield. There's so much going on that it's really hard to keep track at times. As Ben has dropped down into 14th at the moment. Oh no, what's happened to Amaze? Amaze has dropped it to 6th, so he must have had a moment. So, yeah, I commentated cursed him again. Ah, why? So that puts Freak Show in the lead. So can Tom challenge him in the Mercedes as we're about to start through lap 2? I can tell you the conditions are getting worse. This definitely looks like more than into condition. This is like full wet, almost. Or it might be just me because I'm going on board. But anyway, Tom's going to go around the inside into turn 2 and 3. Can he quite do it? Tom tries to Freak Show tries to defend for his life here going into the long DRS straight. Obviously, DRS straight is disabled in the wet. Looks like Tom got the switchback that he needed and he gains first. But Freak Show's not going to give up. Oh, it looks like it's going to be 3 wide as Viper is looking like he's going to take the opportunity as well going into turn 6. Freak Show could not afford to make any mistakes and they're going side by side again, going towards turn 7 and approaching turn number 8. Renault, good execution from the ERL driver of Viper, but Freak Show goes to the inside. Oh, a little bit of touching wheels there from the Renault driver as Freak Show has dropped into 4th as Kaja got ahead of him as well. The other ERL teammate of Dr. Vader is in 5th place and he's not that far behind as well. I think also one thing about these wet conditions is it can really shake things up here, and that is what he's trying to do as Thomas set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix and he's already starting to pull away as well. So I'm just going to see if there's any battles going on that we need to be aware of. Amaze really needs to get his move on. He's want to be one of the massive losers around this. So let's just see. Oh, why has that happened, game? Why? There we go. So let's just look at positions then. So Tom and Vipers gained 3, so they gained the most. Chris Macker-Jones and Pickles had a good start as well. They gained 2. Dr. Vader gained 1. The 2 Shazoo teammates are still fighting for position. And to be honest, I'm glad that the team boss are allowed to do that, as Chris Macker-Jones, I think, holds on to P10. These two got to make a move on, because otherwise you're going to have Pickles fighting for position as well. As Clone Troop is almost going to look towards the inside, but deciding to stay behind his teammates for good measure. I wonder if one of these teammates get past, will they try to hold up Scuderia maybe if they overtake them? Some good team strategy coming into play here at URC, and it is great. So we're on lap 4 at the moment. Clone Troop still quite close. Fred's not that far from Amaze actually. Could Amaze be struggling on those intermediate tyres? And we've got our first penalty of the session, and that is also by 183 Esports, the Williams of Frobo Jobo. Love that game of tag, by the way. As Fredster has got Bastet behind him, and he's dropped back from Amaze as Blazer Guns from Livid has retired. Not quite sure. Oh, and we got a safety car, lads. And I can't see what happened to Blazer Guns there. So he must have lost control of the car or something like that. Maybe he would probably share light into it, maybe. And I haven't seen a safety car on this game, so this is going to be interesting. Actually, there might be one last week at URC, but I don't know. So will this be the opportunity for some of these guys to pit? This could be perfect for Tom and Viper if they want to pit now, or will they choose to? Or will they choose to stay out? Callum saying classic Blazer right there. Bless him. But that means since Blazer Guns has retired, Libid is now out of the race. As Blazer Guns was the only Libid representative. Tom decides to stay out, which is not a surprise really. Viper also stays out. Will any of the back runners try to go on to another fresh set of inters? I don't think so. Looks like a few people were trying to overtake there, but obviously they're not allowed. But Frobo Jobo and Ben are pitting. Oh my god, that was close. And Freak Show got a fight drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. Now, I would say that was a bit harsh, but that is probably due to the wet conditions as well. So he'll have to serve that. This is the first drive-through penalty I've seen on this game. So he'll have to serve it, or he will get a disqualification. So I know with stock goes, you can wait until the end and then you'll get 5 seconds added to the end. But drive-through, you have to serve it, I believe. I know that was the case on F1 2018. I wonder if they haven't checked. I wonder if they kept it the same. I think they have. So very interesting turn of events. This kind of reminds me of the real life Grand Prix, where there was a safety car at this point. Oh my word. Imagine if this would be with the real life Grand Prix. But it's not, because Renault wasn't in second place, I can tell you that. Both Renaults in real life actually retired from the Grand Prix. So, very interesting there. And, Dr. Vader, he had a collision with Kaja. So the conditions are getting very tricky, and the visibility on this game in the wet weather is really hard. You can barely see. Surely it'll be full wet soon. It's getting horrible. I don't know. As Dr. Vader goes into the pits as well, so he might have had a little bit of damage. I don't know. As that means that puts Viper in P2 now. I wonder if we all take advantage of that safety car, because everyone else has gone ahead of him. If he would have pitted a lap earlier, then he would have taken a little bit more advantage, as the safety car wouldn't have gone past at that point. So, is that Dr. Vader's escape? I wonder. We shall find out. So, And this will work well for these guys as they could go on the inters for a little while longer because they are starting to warm their tyres a little bit and they're not as pushing as much. And they can also start to burn a bit of fuel as well. More fuel as well. So obviously in the safety car period, if I was them, I would probably be saving fuel just so I could get to the end of the race and then start pushing towards the end to make sure to try and get more positions. That's what I'll be doing anyway. This is insane. I don't know how long this safety car is going to go on for. Some of these guys, I think, at the front are hoping to get rid of the safety car ASAP. We usually get a notification if they say that the safety car is in this lap. I haven't had one as of yet. Oh my god, as if the game can read my mind. Yes, the safety car is coming in the next lap. So it will be up to Tom to control the restart. He really needs to get a very good restart, as well as he's already doing a Lewis Hamilton and trying to hold the field up as much as possible so he can get the best restart possible and warm up the tyres and warm up the brakes and stuff like that. No, I don't want you at that camera angle, Cody's. Can you show me a different camera angle? Please go to a different one. I want to see some action. And Pickless has got another one. So, Dr. Vader, he's quite going to the pits again. As Tom was already starting to ball away. Good strategy from Tom for getting in like that. As Kaja, Tasha, I don't know. However you say his name. Is it Tasha? Tashia. I don't know. I'm not even going to try. I called in Kaja last week. I'm going to call in Kaja this week if I can't. But anyway, so we're underway once again then. Is anyone insanely close right now? My controller just disconnected again. I am going to get another controller during the week because I have some more Xbox races to commentate on, and I'll need to do that as Amaze goes around the outside of Freak Show. Freak Show is about to lose another position, and it's crucial that he doesn't, because otherwise he's going to have Fredster for company as well. So he's not lost just the one, but 2 positions, which is not what you want to be right now, as Amaze is making up for lost time and is possibly potentially going to go back to the podium positions, which will be good news for him. Now, one thing I forgot to do, which I should have done, is retweet URC's tweet. So I will do that. Actually, no, I don't think they tweeted, so no, they haven't. So don't worry. Correct me. So we've got ERL and 5 very close to the back. Now, this is a midfield train between Ben, Frobo, Darth Vader and Pickless. Freak Show goes into the pit, so I think he was struggling on his tyres a little bit, and he thought it would be the best way to go and pit. And yes, we are seeing a classic Amaze Fredster battle. AOR F3. But anyway, we do see another one from 183 Sports and ERL having a battle between turn 5 and 6. Frobo goes to the outside. ERL holds to the inside line, but he takes the outside and gets the switchback done that he needs. LCR Ben having the fun as well. So it's LCR versus 183 Esports for both battles. This is insane. And we've got Frobo Jobo holding on to the inside line here as we go towards turn 10 and 11. Touching wheels once again, but again the visibility is quite difficult. As we also see a battle potentially between the 2 Shazoo teammates of Chris Macker-Jones and Clone Troop. So maybe if Ben or if Frobo could get ahead of Ben, then possibly he could try and get ahead of the 2 Team Shazoo boys. We've got Bastek and Scuderia as well having a little bit of a fight, as Bastek goes past turn 4, going the outside line this time as Scuderia decides to go on the racing line for now. Not the best decision for him, as Bastek is in P6, but Scuderia is going to have another go towards turn 6 on the hairpin. Going towards the inside line, then goes towards the outside then. Can Bastek defend for his life? Looks like Bastek is defending for his life right now, which is what he wants. What he wants to do, as we've got yellow flag in centre 2 on his Frobo Jobo. Frobo Jobo has spun towards the start of turn 6 and 7. It is a little tricky right-hander, so it is not, you know, really that surprise that we could see a lot more people getting caught out by this. As we have Darth Vader and Pickles battling again. And my controller... why does my controller decide to die at the most tricky moment? There we go. So Pickles is in 12th. And Darth Vader is in 11th place. Now I'm going to put my controller there. Hopefully that will work out. So yeah, hopefully that will work out like that. So none of these guys have pitted as of yet. I will get the pit stops. There we go. Only people that have pitted is LCR Ben, Darth Vader and Pickles, due to those incidents earlier. And I do believe Frobo Jobo will have to pit as well. Now, where is Chris Macker-Jones on his teammate? Now, Chris Clone Troop is ahead of Chris Macker-Jones at this moment in time. So what can he do? Oh no, we're going to get a rev glitch. The rev glitches are back on this game, and I don't like it one bit. As Scuderia's got a 3-second time penalty there for multiple warnings. Obviously, the track limit warnings are a lot harsher in the wet weather. So what can Chris Macker-Jones do to either hold up Ben or try and get up to his teammate? If I was him, I would hold up Ben. If Ben gets past Chris Macker-Jones, Ben could get past Clone Troop, and that is not what Team Shazoo want right now. So I need to keep an eye, as Chris Macker-Jones has definitely got Ben. He's got Chris Macker-Jones has really got to make a move on now, as his teammate LCR Ben is already no, not his teammate. His teammate Clone Troop, sorry, is already starting to make some really dangerous ground. And why game have you decided to do this again? There we go. No, right, I'm definitely getting a new controller. Actually, no, it's not a new controller. It's a new lead that I need to get. Right, what? Oh my word! Please, it's a dodgy lead. It's a dodgy lead. As Darth Vader gets past Ben, so Ben really needs to get that move done on Chris Macker-Jones, and he didn't. So unfortunately, he lost it completely. So that means ERL can get past Team Shazoo, which will be good for ERL to try and get some points, because I do believe they didn't get any points last week, and that allowed Team Sync to really start to close the gap a little bit last week as well. Now there is LCR Ben behind. Can he make a move towards turn 3? No, we can't. He's right behind him still in the Alfa Romeo. I see quite a few people, Apex in the chat, warning Ben to get this move done as soon as possible, really. I see you, Apex, I see you. As, oh no, Frobo Jobo has retired. Where could that be, I wonder? I don't know. It was probably the start of turn 4 and 5, maybe? Probably, most likely. And I am starting to see less rain than normal. It is starting to dry up a bit. So maybe it will start to get better, and we will start to see improved lap times as well. Now, unfortunately, the drivers will be able to get a glimpse of this, but I don't. I won't be able to see properly in purple who gets fastest lap, because it does shine up in purple if they're near the driver who gets fastest lap. To be honest, I kind of wish they had that in the spectator view, to be honest, but they don't. So that is something they need to bring to an update, maybe. So gaps are starting to increase at the front. Tom staying out in front by 1.5 seconds. Rikaja in third, Amaze fourth. Fredster 2 seconds behind Amaze. So I think the only intriguing battle we can see at the moment is between ERL, Darth Vader, and Chris Macker-Jones. So Darth Vader is going to take the inside line. Chris Macker-Jones decides to defend off the outside. He's going to take the outside going into turn 6. And he just grabs the inside line perfectly. And he stays in 9th place. And he says, see you later. You're not having P9. Because points do mean anything in this game. Because obviously it is the team championship. Anything can happen. Darth Vader's got to have another chance now around the outside. Chris Macker-Jones now goes to the outside. This is getting really good suspense right now. As Darth Vader goes to the inside. Oh, he decides to back out. Oh, he's going to have Ben trying to get a move as well. That was a huge mistake from the ERL right there as he was trying to fend off Chris Macker-Jones. Ben ended up increasing the pace on him. And that is not what Darth Vader wants right now. Someone just asked in the chat if this is a girl or a kid speaking. I am a lady. Just saying. Just to let you know. I'm just Games 95. And oh my god. We do see a bit of touching between LCR. Between the Renault and Chris Macker-Jones. All they're touching again. Darth Vader almost goes off the circuit there. You can have another chance going into turn 8 and 9. I think Chris is backed out of that. No, he hasn't. He gets switched back. Ben decides to take a similar line, which is pretty impressive because if the Renault makes a mistake, then this could be Ben's chance to capitalise. Everybody is on the intermediates. Only 3 people have stopped. Now, my reckoning of these guys not pitting yet, they are waiting for as long as they can for the track to dry up. But to be honest, it's going to be a long while yet, I reckon. But I might be wrong. We will get some clear indication if we see DRS enabled or something like that, as Chris Macker-Jones holds on only just. Pickles is holding on to Ben, is trying to overtake Ben as well. Look at this. Ben is just waiting patiently for this move to happen. You can see Darth Vader and Chris Macker-Jones in the background. Chris Macker-Jones taking a similar line, and so is Darth Vader. Darth Vader drops it, and LCR Ben almost gained there. Passing turn at 7 now, and then going towards turn 8. That was Ben's opportunity to capitalise, but he couldn't quite do it on this occasion, which is a bit unfortunate. As we got a few people in the pits. Viper from ERL in the pits. And we also got Kaja in the pits as well. No one else has pitted. Everybody else has stayed out. Darth Vader still fighting Chris Macker-Jones. Will Viper hold up Chris Macker-Jones when we get through to turn 1? This could be very intriguing if they do. But the pit exit is very long around Germany. Let's just see then. Ooh, that was very close indeed from the Renault. this could be Ben's best opportunity here. Pickless and Freak Show not that far behind either. Viper puts himself in P6 after that pit stop. So that pit stop was, to be honest, that pit stop was really good from him. Not going to lie. Now, will that be given a wake-up call between Tom and the Maze now? Because they've seen their rivals pitting. They're like, hang on, where are they? And they'll be like, oh yeah, they pitted. So they might struggle ever so slightly. We'll just have to find out. Now, I was watching a few German Grand Prix races earlier on F1 TV. And most of them were pretty crazy. What do you give this race rating so far? Now, the real life rating, I'll give it 9.5 out of 10. This one, I'll say 8.5. Here we go then, Darth Vader. Getting another chance into turn 1. And why is my controller just died again? Hopefully I have missed the battle. As I think I have. Oh my god. Stupid controller. It just doesn't like me today. I will have to invest in another leader. I might order one from Amazon tonight or tomorrow or whenever I'm off work. So anyway, a lot of changes then due to this. And don't forget, ERL Darth Vader still has yet to pit. Neither has Chris Macker-Jones. Clone Trip hasn't pitted either. And the top 5 has not pitted either. Will they choose to pit on the next lap? All will be revealed pretty soon. It's a grandstand. Absolutely loving this. And they are waiting for the right moment. It's a hard, yeah, it is getting a lot better. I think most of the track is quite damp as well. So we will get a clear indication when we see DRS enabled soon. And I see Melissa using the milk emoji from Lando Norris' stream. Love it. I love that milk emoji. It's pretty cool. Now, I swear I probably have to keep my controller in the same position because otherwise it's going to end up throwing stupid errors at me. So, let's just keep it there and see what happens. Now, Tom still leads from Amazed in second place, followed by Fredster. Fredster doing very well. And we're still seeing more battles at the back as well between Ben and Chris Macker-Jones. Now I think Clone Troop is doing enough to make sure Darth Vader stays behind. Now Amaze pits and so does Fredster. Neither does Tom. Tom doesn't pit either. So Amazed and Fredster are hoping for that undercut. For that undercut to work now. Let me just check tyres. Have they gone onto the slicks yet? No. Well, if anyone has gone to the slicks yet, then I will be surprised because it's still quite damp. Well, we have seen the real life race that it's got wet to dry. So, will we see that this race? This is getting more likely, isn't it? Get your predictions in. And massive shout out to all 9 of you that are watching this on Twitch. There might be a few of you that are watching this back. If you are watching this back, don't forget we always stream a few days after the real life Grand Prix on Tuesday nights. And Ben is going to have an outside look on Chris Macker-Jones once again. Chris Macker-Jones could lose another position, and this could be very costly for the Team Shazoo team. And yes, it is. Chris Macker-Jones down into P11. Ben in P10. LCR in the points. I think, to be honest, I think Apex will be pretty chuffed in the chat right now. And don't forget, Chris Macker-Jones has also got Pickless and Freak Show. Freak Show probably had the worst to start out of all the people on the grid so far. So, to be honest, for him, it is all about damage limitation. Yes, Ben is happy. I mean, Apex is happy. Good. So, Sink Scuderia is in the pits. Tom leads by 13.0 seconds. Let's check the gap between Tom and Amazed. 23.5 seconds. That is going to be tight. But let's see. We got Fredster and Clone Troop looking for a move towards turn 6. Fredster just holds on then. Clone Troop in 7th. Now, Clone Troop has been on those tyres for the longest, and so has Freak Show and Chris Macker-Jones. Now, due to these guys dropping down the order like that, and seeing how the other guys have been pushing, I'm sure their engineers will probably tell them to dive it into the pits now, because otherwise, they'll have a lot of heated tyres. But knowing Clone Troop, I know Clone Troop because I commentated on him a lot of times. Clone Troop is a risk taker. He likes to take risks. And another person who likes to take risks is Amaze, who has just got another 3-second time penalty. So, unfortunately, because I'm the only commentator, I will have to check penalties myself, and I will be checking that in a few moments time for you, just to keep you up to date on the penalty situation. You can tell how long some of these guys have been on the tyres, haven't they? Now let me get the fastest lap up, and currently Kaja will get the point for the fastest lap. He's currently sitting in 4th place, and he's fighting with ESR Maze. Now Maze is on newer tyres, so Amaze is going to hope that Kaja goes behind him. And my controller dies again. Yep, new lead time, ladies and gentlemen, and possibly new controller. Come on, controller, don't die on me, please. Right, okay, this is taking a lot longer than I expected. Hold on a minute. As my controller decides to not connect on me. Wait a sec. I might have to reload my game. Oh my god. Why? It's saying no available controllers, but I'm clicking. Right, I'm going to get an invite back to the game because I'm having trouble with my controller. Great. Oh, I might have to reload my... Oh, hopefully someone has given me a spare... Nope, Nobody has given me a spare invite. Oh, come on, controller. I might have to unplug it for a few seconds. 1, 2, 3... Nope, that doesn't work. Okay. It's deciding not to connect. So, I will have to reload the game. Hold on, let me just, Okay, wait. So I can get to other things, I just cannot get to the other thing. That is strange. And as I think I've probably jinxed myself here. Has anyone else suffered this glitch where there is a controller available, but it won't let it be selected? You can see I'm trying to press A. Oh my god. I'm missing so many good battles here. Right, okay. I'm just going to see if there could be another potential plan. Nope, that doesn't work either. Oh, come on, game. Right, okay. Right, I'm going to reload. I'm going to reload the game, and I'm going to see what happens. No, I don't want to do that. And I have got an invite, luckily, so hopefully I should join back soon. And don't disconnect on me, game. Sorry about this for the technical difficulties that we are experiencing, but it has taught me that I need a new lead and I need a new controller. Well, my controller is almost 2 years old, so it is not really that surprising. So, okay. So hopefully I can join it back. No! Oh my god. I readied up by accident. Oh, god. Well, luckily I won't be joining anyone, so it's all good. So, hopefully we shall ready. So we're missing some bits of the race. You never know. It could have dried up by now. So fingers crossed that we can get in the game. There we go. There we go. We are back in the game, lads, as Pickless has retired. And hopefully I won't have any trouble with my with the game now. So we are back. Round of applause. Sorry about that, ladies. And it is dry. And it is dry. Oh my god, as Freak Show's retired as well. So everyone has gone onto the medium tyres. So that quite recently, actually, Chris Macker-Jones has decided to go quite early on those tyres, but he was in 10th anyway. Tom still leads, and Tom has left the session. So Tom is disconnected. That's going to really hurt him quite a bit here. As the track has really dried up, to be honest. I'm gutted that I missed it, which was annoying, really. GG game. As Viper is now P2. Well, you can catch up to Tom if Tom's AI is not fast enough. You never know. So, hopefully we won't have any other problems towards the end there. Hopefully we should be fine. So on lap 26 of 34, we could see a battle between Scuderia and Dr. Vader as well, as they both go side by side. As they're going through turn 8 once again, Bastet getting another time penalty. We are seeing a lot of people getting time penalties as the Renault has almost gone off the road. As Scuderia is going to try once again for a move. So let's see what happens. Coming up soon as well. Dr. Vader, he's going to hang up. He's going to hang on for all his might here. The gap is closing between Viper and Tom. Tom really needs to join back soon. Because otherwise there is going to be some severe consequences for him. And Tom has joined her. What a relief, as Tom is going to hang on to his lead. So he wasn't... oh, Tom has left again. Oh, no, Tom. No one wants to lose to disconnection issues. And that's probably what Tom is going to face as well. Scuderia getting 3-second penalty. Let me just look at the time penalty situation. So, incidents. There we go. So, we do have... actually, no. Why am I looking there? So, Tom, he has got 2 warnings. Viper, he has got 1 warning. Bastek has got a penalty, which I think is 3 seconds. Amaze has got 3 warnings and a penalty. Kaja has got 3 warnings and a penalty as well. Actually, no. He's on his last warning before he gets a penalty. Fredster, he is on, let me just look, 4 warnings and a penalty. So he's on his last warning. Clone Troop. Clone Troops are just on 1 penalty. Literally everyone's got penalties. Oh my god, look at this. I'm not even going to check anymore. So I'm too scared I'm going to miss on any battles. But usually if there is if there's someone else following, there's usually a co-commentator. But not tonight. And Tom, I think Tom feels really annoyed that he's disconnected. I feel kind of bad for you. Tom, can you join back? I don't know. I don't think Tom can join back, which is a shame. I think the same thing happened to me once in one lobby. I disconnected and I couldn't join back, which was annoying. So that means Viper's going to take the lead of this race, which will be points for Team ERL. Now, Tom has joined. But I'm not, to be honest, I'm not going to get my hopes up. Ben is closing up to also to Chris Macker-Jones too. Now, don't forget, URC Tier 1 will be in about 5 to 10 minutes time. So make sure you stick around for that. I do believe it is James and Rapid in the commentary box tonight, I believe. So make sure you do check that out in 5 to 10 minutes time. As I do believe Viper gets past Tom. Yes, he does. Tom is not too happy with that whatsoever. To be honest, I wouldn't be. So we're approaching the final 4 laps then, or final 5 laps. Kaja is going to catch up to Amaze. Tom has left again. So I don't know. It probably might be a game issue for Tom. I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. As Amazed is still in 4th place, going towards turn 4 in P4. Scuderia a 3-second time penalty. Now, on this game, I don't know how many penalties they get until these guys get disqualified. So, Kaja takes the inside. Amaze defends to the outside. Amaze defends to the outside. That definitely worked there. And he is staying in 4th place. Kaja getting a penalty. I think Amazed. That might have been Kaja's first penalty. I'm not entirely sure. I probably butchered the name. I think I did it wrong as well. So, hey ho on that one. And Dr. Vader has got... DR Vader has got a penalty too. So does Clone Troop. Now Bostek, he's got past Tom quite easily because Tom has ghosted. So Tom, who got the win last week and could be and was on course to take the win this week, he lost it due to a disconnection. And oh, I jinxed. Oh my god, no! I jinxed Amaze again. He's got a penalty. This is probably my second or my third jinx of the night. Not as many as previous streams, I can tell you that. So 8 attempts then, separated between Tom and Bastet, but he's in dropping, and Ben and Chris Macker-Jones fighting in turn 6. Ben is going to have the edge this time. He gets P10 from Chris Macker-Jones. The fight for the final points is on between LCR versus Team Shazoo. Both their teammates have got points, so it'll be interesting to see who's going to get the double, who's going to get the double points. Ben is hungry for it. You can see by the way that he is driving here today that he wants it. Oh no, Chris Macker-Jones! Chris Macker-Jones almost did a battle, but at a completely different corner. Oh no! That is a shame for Chris Macker-Jones. He has been trying so hard to try and he's diving into the pits now. He's probably going to try and get past his lap as Kaja Amazes has the trouble as well. Kaja gets past him. So now it's Kaja up into P4, but it looks like Amaze is going to challenge again. Oh, this is very tight between Amaze and Kaja right now. Going towards turn 9 and 10. Side by side all the way here. Let's see what happens next between the pair of them. So Kaja still on the back of Amaze. What can he do to challenge him around these difficult two left-handers or right-handers? Apex saying that was great. Apex loving that his teammates doing well. And at the moment LCR could be on for double points as Kaja swoots past Amaze. But Amaze didn't want to have any of that, so he's still going to challenge. And there's also LCR Fredster also in the mix as well, potentially. So Fredster could be on for 5th place, but obviously we don't know how penalties are going to do and going to players. And Mace is going to challenge Kaja again around the outside, now to the inside. I think he's got the move. Kaja getting a penalty there. I don't think I was warranting a penalty. I don't know, but to be honest, from looking at my side, that definitely did not look like a penalty. But we shall see anyway, as we're on the penultimate lap. Viper still leads from Bastek, and Tom is in 3rd with Amaze 4th and Kaja 5th. But this tricky battle for 4th can still be there, really, to be honest, as Chris Macker-Jones has gone onto the soft tyres now after his little spin. And he can't, I don't think he's going to get past Ben. He was trying to get past his lap, but I don't think it's going to work out for him, you know. So, final lap then, and Viper has tried to keep his head out of trouble pretty much the whole race, and he has done well for the ERL team. So far, on the number 9 car, Kaja is fighting once again. Fredster is going to try and have a look then. Kaja made a mistake. Fredster going to make a move around the inside, and he does it! He capitalised on both of these mistakes. So, LCR Fredster is now up into P4. The LCR fans are cheering right now in the grandstand, but Amaze overtakes them at the last second. This is insane! Kaja's going to have another move as well, but let's go right on board with Viper as he comes across the line. He takes the win in URC. But let's just watch this. Oh my god. Amaze versus Kaja versus Fredster. Basic takes P2 on track. Tom will come across the line in P3. But what about Amaze? Kaja, oh my god, it's going to be fighting across the line. Fredster takes P4 due to penalties. So well done to Fredster, but massive well done to Amaze and Kaja. That was a good last lap battle to watch, and glad that my controller caught that. Oh my word. And LCR Ben, due to Sync's penalties, LCR Ben gets P9. So a double points finish for the following teams: ERL, LCR, and Sync. So well done to these three teams for getting those. And also Team not Team Shizou. Team Shizou got one car in. So, oh my god, that was insane. Can we have more battles like this, please? To be honest, that got my heart going. That definitely got my heart going. Oh my god. Hope you enjoyed that. I might clip that, you know. I'm definitely going to clip it. Oh my god. I want to clip that so they can put it on Twitter. Because that was a battle and a half. But there we go. ERL takes the win there. Increase their lead in the championship then. So well done to him. So the English have spoiled the Germans' party. So we're going to get standings quickly because we'll have to finish the stream quickly so we can get Tier 1 up and running because they're waiting for us. So here we go. So here's your standings and look at all those penalties. So Viper takes the win with Bastek second, Tom third, Fredster fourth, Amaze fifth, Kaja sixth, Clone Troop seventh, Dot Vader in eighth, LCR Ben in ninth, and Scuderia in 10th. And Chris Macker-Jones, your last of the finishers. And your non-finishers are Freak Show, Pickless, Phobo Jobo, and LR Plays the Guns. That is it for URC Tier 2. Make sure you join us next week, same time, about 10 to 6 for the Hungarian Grand Prix. It should be a good one. But don't go anywhere, though. Don't you dare go anywhere, because URC Tier 1 is up next with Rapid and James as your two commentators for Tier 1. It's going to be an epic race. I know who I'm cheering for. I've got a team I'm cheering for, but I'm not going to say it on the stream because I don't want to be made biased. So, yeah. So I better end the stream now so they can get their stream underway. So thanks for listening, guys. See you in about 5 minutes' time for URC Tier 1. Good night.